Hi, my name is Shasta Looper and I'm from Greenville, South Carolina. My idea is Beyond the Uniform, a project that will help to foster relationships between community members and law enforcement officers by focusing on classroom activities and community events to bring different groups of people together for a common purpose. This idea was born in my fifth grade classroom several years ago when two of my students experienced a tragedy of murder in their families firsthand. This happened around the same time of the national events of Ferguson and Baltimore riots. These events created a powerful disruption to my classroom dynamics. Students who had previously been friends and attended birthday parties and played on sports teams were now segregating themselves at lunch tables and for recess games. Beyond the Uniform will tackle this challenge by providing opportunities for students and community members to get to know officers outside of the role of police in hopes that when trouble comes to our community, members know the officer outside of the uniform and can trust them because of their character. As a part of the build phase, I spoke with our school resource officer. Our resource officer was pretty adamant that the idea would not work because police officers would not participate because they didn't get paid for after-hours work. This was disheartening, especially when he went on to say that the community did not view officers as human, and it's much easier to dislike someone who isn't human. This showed me that more than ever, work needs to be done around building relationships between our law enforcement officers and our community members. The need is much deeper and far wider than we first imagined. Not only do we need to combat the perception of our officers, we also need to do the same with our communities. Our next steps for tackling the enormity of this project is to interview other community members to determine their perception of these relationships. Then we will implement the classroom level where officers visit classes and participate in challenges that begin to open the lines of communication between diverse groups. Once the classroom piece has been implemented, we will scale up to include community events and host gatherings that do the same things for our community, possibly focusing on one community in particular. When this project is successful, we hope that the relationships that were built through these gatherings will help our community see law enforcement officers as human and our officers see our communities in a different light.